Good evening, everyone. Am I audible? Confirm the audio once. Hey, Shreya, good evening. Mukund, good evening. Mahir, good evening. Okay. So, as I told you, I'll be coming live every day and we'll be discussing certain queries which you have. And based on the feedback that I receive from here, I'd be incorporating those feedback in the classes, sessions, and everything that we do. Aniket, I'm good. How are you? Tawfiq, good evening. CAC, good evening. Yes, Saiti. A lot of self-doubt. I think that's what you were asking, right? So, before understanding entire RC, which we are doing in classes as well, loads of things we are doing. So first I would like you to show that what kind of genre were asked in the last year's paper. So this is the data that we have collected. In last year we had 3 slots as usual. So here I have written the topic of the passages that were there, and also I'll discuss the genre. Before that, Sagar, what happened? Baat kaat di. Kaun si baat kaat di? Is the remaining time sufficient or is it tough to crack? Cat. It's sufficient. Good evening, Neha. Anoop, good evening. Hello, Neelu Duck. Okay then. Sagar, मुझे बात कोई मिली नहीं तुम्हारी मैं काटूंगा कैसे? All right. So last year, in the first slot, the first RC was an idea of craftsmanship. So this would belong to society, arts, society, culture. Now let us see how and from where the RC passages are taken. RC2 was economics and their interests, so this is basically economics, business and economics, all right. RC3, digital rights of content, this is science and technology. RC4 was bandicoots in Australia. Now, this will be about, what we can say, it can be again society. Okay, Tawfiq. Society, it was a mix of 2 things actually. Bandicoots are animals in Australia. Society plus biology, or we can say science only. So it was not perfectly science, it was also the relation of bandicoots with humans. All right. Now, it's better to keep it science only. Okay. Now, coming to slot 2. Spices, trade. This was business and economics. And plus history is also there. Like there were historical data given for the trades of spices. Okay. Now coming to what Tawfiq is saying, different types of tones in RCs. I'll take a session on that. Point noted. Sahiti, just started preparation. I have pretty basic idea. Should I give mock exams? Sahiti, not yet. Write your first mock after 50% of syllabus has been done. CSE, psychology related RC and political RC, like in which socialism, neoliberalism, these things are talked about. How can I ace that? Okay, good. I'll answer that. Let's discuss the genre that were there. Then comes peer review. Peer review was about, it had literature and a lot of stuff, so it was a mix of different things. Mix of history plus culture plus literature. Then comes unintended consequences of technology. It's basically science and technology. Carnivore human conflict. This was science with major focus given to anthropology. So in science, and not just science, science has different other branches. Physics is there, chemistry, biology, which you know. Apart from that, anthropology can be there. It can also be talking about some kind of, social sciences can also be there. For example, how culture, how culture shaped, or how the evolution shaped the society or the culture. So they can be mixed RCs as well. All right. Now coming to third slot, Chinese liquor, Mautai. This is culture. Space contamination, this is science. Need to regulate AI, again science, more focus on technology. Language is becoming endangered, this is culture plus society. Okay, now if I ask you, what do you get from it? What are the maximum, what genre is the favorite one? So they always have one of science, one of business economics, and two will be mixed with history, culture, arts, polity, etc. Isn't it? So this was asked in the previous year. I'll also be sharing in future classes that what was happening in 23, 22, 21 CAT. So I'll be giving an exact idea in the next session that what all genre were asked the most frequent genre, and also from which sources these passages were taken. And based on that, we'll be redefining the classes. All right? Great, Anushka. Yeah, CSE, I get that. Depends on the what your background is. Now, para summary, 1, 2, 3. Animals and intelligence, again science technology. Cartographers and maps, this is map making, majorly I would say culture, a mix of science. Language and codes, this will be linguistics. Linguistics, culture, part of culture only. How states is a dime mode? Polity, concern about the limitations on comedic freedom, this is culture. And society, interdisciplinary collaboration between physicists and scientists is science. Science research, staying up late, that is fill in the blank. Okay. Yes, Neha, obviously, I'll do that. Lyric poetry, living things and regular. So basically, in all of that, we can see one thing, that VARC section, if I divide this, in VA we'll be having 8 questions, and RC will be having 16 questions. These 16 questions will be divided into 4 unseen passages with 4 questions each. All right. Okay. Anup, yes. Yes, Duck. I'll do that. Now, here the 8 questions can be in form of para-jumbles. By the way, last year they did not ask para-jumbles. Then we have fill in the blanks, which is also known as paragraph or sentence completion in some cases. Then we have odd one out. Then we have para-summary. Okay. Here, there can be different genre. Majorly science and technology. In science technology only there can be multiple things, as discussed earlier also, anthropology, etc. Then second can be arts and culture, blend of society as well. So in this, they can also talk about hobbies. For example, collecting of coins, it's called numismatics if I'm not wrong. CSE, yes, we require that. Now, I'll be also discussing that what all things are required for everything that I've discussed here. Arts, society, hobbies can be there. It can be also be some extinct art form. It can be painting. In painting, yeah. Okay, it can be music, etc. Dances. Then we have business and economics. Trade wars, etc. All that will come in business economics. Then we have polity. In polity, it will be the politics basically. So how politics is shaping, and also polity will not be asked just as a single domain. It will be mixed with business economics, also can be mixed with science. In polity, we also have, wars, trade wars, etc. That comes under polity. Ranjana, good evening. All right, then we have very broad topic called history. So basically, we can classify the passages in different genre. Now the problem is that people who are from engineering background, they'll be finding difficulty in second, third, fourth, and fifth. People from commerce background can find difficulty in first, second, and fifth. People from arts background can find difficulty in third and first, right? So that is why CAT is giving you genre from all the topics. That is one thing. Other thing is, even if you don't have an idea about a particular subject or a particular domain, an engineer might not be reading things about arts and culture. Okay, that is a possibility. Now, the thing is, what I have learned from discussing with different CAT aspirants, that none of the aspirants has any idea about any of the topics, irrespective of he's an engineer or a humanities graduate or a commerce graduate, isn't it? रंजना एनालिसिस से नहीं, कैट में नहीं है, अदर मैनेजमेंट एग्जाम्स में है. So the problem is that they are not going to ask what you have read in your college. No, it will be an unseen passage. Even if you are great in BTech, that doesn't mean that you can actually, you are great in understanding all sorts of scientific and technological passages. Is that right? Moreover, CAT is not a test of GK. It's a test of comprehension. So it's like, why does CAT actually ask passages from different genre? What's the reason? The reason is, being a manager, you should have the ability to read and comprehend, and that too from different kind of domains. For example, let's say you are into strategic consulting to some company after becoming a manager, after doing an MBA. After that, you are someone who was great who let's say is passed out from IIT, and he understands the technology and all that stuff. But somehow you have to go and negotiate with the government of some other territory, other nation, about opening of a plant in that country. That is a possibility. Okay, so how would you get that? You should have proper knowledge about polity, about the geopolitics, the relations with India, what the country has. All these things should be read a lot. So basically, it becomes your duty, responsibility in such a way, to read articles based on that. You want to go to that country, you need to read the articles. Let's say, a lot of people, I have heard that, in fact, you also must have heard that, they do MBA from India and they have to go to Africa, to some country, because there's some kind of Indian business happening over there, isn't it? When you go to Africa, the facilities are not that comparable to India or other nations. It can be a factory inside a forest, that is a possibility. You cannot step out after 6 p.m. So all those things are there. Okay, depending on which location you are in, what kind of people are there. So unless you know the culture and some sort of language and what they actually think and do, you won't be able to make a connect with them. Do you understand that? समझ में आ रही बात ये? Is that clear? तो हो सकता है कि आपको सब कुछ ना पता हो, but a good manager is someone who knows something about everything. Getting to know everything about everything is not possible for anyone, but something about everything is possible and it's required as well. So ज़रूरी नहीं है कि आपको अभी अफ्रीका के बारे में पढ़ लेना है. No. When you are into that job, that's your responsibility. You need to read about that. Different things are there which you can. Also, let's say you are someone who is a surveillance providing company and providing equipment to defense sector. Now you should know things about defense, isn't it? And once you go there, you will properly read things about defense for a week or two. That's what research is all about. So what CAT is checking, that whether these people can actually, do they have this ability to read things and comprehend them clearly? That is why CAT asks RC from different kind of genre. Is that clear? Do you understand that? क्लियर है बात ये, है ना? मतलब आपको ठीक है, सब कुछ नहीं पता, पर क्या आप कुछ पढ़ते हो तो आपको समझ में आता है कि नहीं आता? दैट इज़ वाई इट इज़ नॉट टेस्ट ऑफ रीडिंग, it's a test of comprehension. You read first and you comprehend it clearly. And that is why they asked if varied genre. That is one thing. Other thing is, if we have 4 passages in total with 4 questions each and 8 VA questions, let's say that you do 4 questions correctly here, and here you do only 2 passages correctly, which makes 8 questions. Correct. It will be 12 questions correct. 12 into 3 is 36. And in this score, you would be crossing 99th percentile. So the other reason is that they give you passages from different genre is this, that whether you are able to select what you get to know the most or not. That is also a reason. Moreover, some people are like, okay, you cannot solve all 2 passages correctly. Probably you will solve 2 questions from one, 2 from another, 2 from the third one. That's also a possibility. So it's just that 2 things are being checked, whether you are able to read and comprehend, point number 1. Other thing is whether you're able to exploit the available resources properly or not. And resources in your case in CAT will be these passages, these questions. Is that clear? So those resources will help you in fetching great score. समझ में आ गया? Resources से क्या होता है? हमें कुछ मिलता है, कोई आउटपुट आता है, कोई एक आउटकम आता है. तो रिसोर्सेज को हम कितना एफिशिएंटली एक्सप्लॉइट कर सकते हैं, हम कौन सा चीज़ें जल्दी और आसानी से कर सकते हैं, हम वो पहले पिक कर लेंगे. इज़ दैट क्लियर? रंजना, यू शुड नॉट बी राइटिंग मॉक्स एट दिस टाइम. जब तक ये सिलेबस 50% कंप्लीट ना हो तक मत करो. इज़ दैट क्लियर? नाउ कमिंग टू, ओके, नाउ यू अंडरस्टूड द what of the problem and also why. What is VARC? Why questions are like that? You have got the answer to these 2 questions. Now coming to the next question, जिसका आंसर सबको चाहिए होता है, and that is a big question, that is how. आखिर ये हम करें कैसे? Is that clear? क्या, क्यों, समझ में आ गया? कैसे करना है अब ये देखना है, और कहाँ करना है ये भी देखना है. So how and where we'll be discussing later. So there is a proper kind of level to understand things, to know things, and then how to do those things. Let's go to that. First is read as much as possible. Reading as much as possible. That is first thing. So I posted something on Facebook. Did you read that? It was a demotivational lecture which I posted. Obviously it was sarcastic. So read. And read what? Read what? Novels, editorials, articles, essays, reports, journals. क्योंकि RC पैसेज कहीं से भी आ सकता है. Okay. And as I told you this, also at the very same time, I would like to tell you that in the next session, I'll be bringing the exact sources of last 7 years RC. You interested in that? पिछले 7 साल से कहाँ से पैसेज आए हैं, किस सोर्स से आए हैं, वो सोर्स में दिखाऊंगा मैं. एग्जैक्टली वही पैसेज कहाँ से उठाया गया है, एंड इन्हीं चीज़ उठाया जाता है, कोई और चीज़ें हैं नहीं उसके अलावा. ओके, नाउ novels is something which I am recommending every 15 days. That is my recommendation which I am asking you. Editorials is something which I'll be sharing with you. The problem is that even I need to get some kind of motivation. The motivation is that you guys need to be, very much dedicated towards the cause of reading. Because I started it last month, and I've seen people are not reading that much. So it is disappointing. So you promised me that you will be kind of, doing it. Sahiti, you are not a part of reading club? Okay. By the way, to sort all of this, I have made a reading club. I think all of you are part of it. Those who are not, I also shared, because the reading club, the group was full. I have made other groups also, and I've shared the link. You can just join that. So if you promise me that, I'll be also sending you different things to read every day. And in reading club, you just have to invest 30 minutes daily, not more. That'll be sufficient. Okay, So reading के बाद क्या आएगा वो देखते हैं पहले देखते हैं क्या करना है. Editorials, I'll be sending editorial, let's say on the first day, an editorial, an article the second day, an essay on third day, a report on fourth day, a journal on fifth day. I will keep on doing this. All right, is that clear? So essays are majorly from Eon, medium.com, journals, scientific journals is there, New York Times, as you said, yeah, that's all the editorials के लिए अनुष्का बिल्कुल सही है. Okay, novel पहली जो थी सही थी, that was The Alchemist, which we have done already. The next novel is Bhagavad Gita. I won't say it's a novel, whatever it is, commentary on war. So the next Sunday we'll be having RC patches based on that also. And those who have not joined, tell me who has not joined the reading club. I'll just share the link again on the Kickstart group. I think you're a part of that. So just read that. Yes, Sloth, you will get the marks. It's not that you have to solve everything. Okay, now next is this reading. Next is summary, summarizing what you have done. All right, so reading this part, the first stage, would be in sync with the reading club, the kind of tasks that I'm giving you. These are the tasks. Summary, for the summary, what we'll do, whatever you read, just summarize it in 1/3 of the words. 1/3 of the words. 1/3 of the words, except novels. For novels, you can write a 1-page summary. Is that clear? 1-page summary for novels, and 1/3 of the words for everything else. Let's say there are 200 words, we'll summarize it in 66 words. If you have 150 words, summarize it in 50 words. Clear? Navjot, there is no Telegram channel. Got it, everyone? Okay. That is summary. Now, the third thing which is there, which is very important, which I haven't discussed, I think, till now, and that will be watch. Now, watch what? Watch what? English movies. See, in language, we don't have any specific formulae or generalization except the grammar. Okay. So I'll take some grammar classes as discussed earlier also, but we don't have anything. Let's talk about the language that we speak in different parts of India. Some of us speak Hindi, some speak Bengali, some speak Gujarati, Urdu, Tamil, Telugu, all that stuff. So why those languages seem very easy for us? We can keep on discussing in the same language throughout the day, okay, throughout our life. In our schools, we have read that language, but I think even if we not read those languages, we'll be able to speak because our family, society, friends, everybody talks in the same language. So somehow you get the flow of it, you get the ring of it. You will get to know, okay, this word or this usage is correct or not, isn't it? That happens, okay? The same is the case with English language. So you just have to, kind of surround yourself with everything English. It can be your dressing sense as well. That's not a bad thing. It's not that I have some kind of, colonial hangover. No, not that. It's just that once Chetan Bhagat said that Hindi is my mother and English is my girlfriend, and it's possible for a man to love both. Okay? So, it's a love for language, not for any kind of Western influence. So, don't get me wrong. Is that clear? So, that is the reason we need to, watch, read, summarize, watch everything in the language which is actually ruling the world. you kind of take it or leave it, it's going to be there. Entire MBA is English, entire CAT is English, that is going to be there. Watch English movies and watch English news. All right, you can have a DNA, that is daily news analysis, of 15 minutes, you can just watch that. Or maybe you can watch English news, a kind of a compilation of the entire week's news on some YouTube channel or anywhere. Okay, so the reading club itself, I'll be suggesting you certain, just a minute, what happened? Movies as well, all right. And for this also, you need to summarize the movies. Is that clear? So that is what we are going to do. This answers how of it. Now going to the queries, let me see. Sahiti says, how much should we study every day to balance all three sections? How to get better at practice, quant and time allocation? Sahiti, see, I won't be suggesting any kind of time because by now you must have realized that I do not believe in managing time. I believe in managing the tasks. All right. So what tasks should be done? You know that already because I have taken sessions on that. Just try to complete those tasks in a day. It takes 3 hours or 10 hours. That is not the case. All right. Now coming to Navjot. No, Navjot ka ho bata diya tha. Anushka, Netflix, conversational web series or movie. Yes, you can do that. Anup, even after reading the whole article, I'm able to summarize it, and at times I'm unable to understand what the central theme or head of the article is. I need to use dictionary in every paragraph. Okay, Anup, I'll just take it up. अनुष्का बीच में गुड डॉक्टर देखने के बाद ऑटो इंग्लिश में झगड़ा की थी, फिर भी इनवॉलंटरीली ऐसा हुआ. बहुत अच्छी बात है ये. First post Palki Sharma News, Anup has just suggested that. That's a great thing. Now, Anup's query. See, the main idea, central idea, all that stuff. So how do we do that? Now, this is how, what needs to be done. And now I'll tell you how kabhi answer complete nahi hua. What I'm going to do with you, okay? So, to cover it all up in the reading club that we have maintained or trying to maintain, so I'm planning a series of sessions. And the series will be called How To series, okay? So, I'll make a post on this also. And it also depends on how many, comments I get on this live stream. Not during live, also when the live stream is over. Okay, so I'll plan a series of how to sessions in which the first session will be how to write summary of a novel. Second, how to write a summary of everything else. When I say everything else, those are the articles, editorials, etc. Clear? Yeah, Tawfiq, I said that, but I needed, more insights. CSE task 20 questions of quant, 2 sets of LRDI, 2 sets of VARC. Those are the tasks. Okay. Writing summary of a novel, everything else. Third, write a summary of a movie. Okay. Of movies. Fourth will be how to read Eon essays. Why I'm focusing on Eon? Because Eon is a hot favorite among cat people. Fifth, how to read, as you know, editorials, okay, and all that stuff that I discussed. Essays are there, editorials are there, reports, okay. How to read means what to look over there. Articles. When I tell you how to read, that means it's not that I'll be spelling it out. Dekho how likha HOW to, not that. It'll be when you read something, how to read it actively. What points are needed to be written down? What can be the key ideas? What can be the supporting ideas? What information is can be inferred? What information is hidden but still there? What is implied explicitly? What is implied? You get that? So implication. जैसे होता है कुछ लिखा हो तो उसके अंदर एक चीज़ होती है जो बोली नहीं आती पर implied होती है. So all those things I'll be telling you to read. Eighth will be not a how-to series. Eighth will be a series which will be building. If there are more suggestions here of how to, you can just post it after the session is over, and in the comments. Now, second series I want to start will be a series based on vocabulary. Now, it's a vocabulary. It will not be just words, but different kind of vocabulary. First is business-based terms. Second will be economics. Now you say economics business same, but there's a minor difference. I'll be discussing that. Then we'll be having mythology-based terms. Then we'll be having scientific terms which are there. In scientific terms, it is cannot be covered in just one session. There should be more sessions for scientific 1 and scientific 2. Okay, these terms are also there. A lot of people, they feel that, okay, I don't know the term. I just look at Google. That's what Anup is saying, right? Utsav is saying, English reading में difficulty आती है, understanding में तो छोड़ देता हूँ. How to develop interest? Utsav, yes. By attending all these sessions, interest में develop हो जाएगा, है ना? Series will be on YouTube, Anup. 7 बज गया है, क्लास है अनुष्का. Oh yes. How to handle panic while reading RC? वही तो. How to read में सारी चीजें cover हो जाएंगी. The scientific, this vocabulary. Then there will be one sessions on idioms. जैसे मुझे याद है मैं क्लास ले रहा था तो there was a phrase called came to something. Okay, so that was not used, someone came there. It was a proper phrase which meant something else. Phrases, idioms. 8th will be figures of speech. All right. And then we'll be having tones. So these sessions are what come to my mind. In case you feel like there should be more sessions, I'll be sharing this on Facebook as well in the post, and based on how many people are in sync with it and they want it, we'll be starting it from tomorrow itself. So tell me, are you interested in this? Should we do that? And those will be watching the recording afterwards. If you think there are more sessions that should be planned, I will just write down in the comments. All right then. Chalo, you have a class now at 7. Go and end the session.